Test, test. Hey, Sidearm.
Oh, you can hear me? Well, I was testing and I didn't see my green lights.
Which one are you on?
83, I think.
Okay. I'm on 84 now.
Of course you are. Well, let's see. Are you officially, I'm assuming the answer is yes, having local host events every week now? Because Futurist was asking, and it was 2 weeks ago, and I said, no, nothing new yet. And then I missed the announcement for your event last week, so I put you back on the calendar. And here I am.
Should be every week now. The only things I'm thinking about switching it up to like Wednesdays or something, because since that's kind of open now, it looks like.
What is Wednesday open on? What do you mean, an office hour or?
No, Wednesday evening. Looks like the schedule is kind of open now, so I'm not conflicting with other events.
Good.
But
where are you finding the schedule? Because I don't see it on the calendar.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell what's going on right now, but yeah. And of course, I was going to say, because a lot of people, haven't been getting people from European time zones, but then here's Rob. I'm just totally going to eat my words now.
No, Rob will adore that you're... Wait a minute. What time at night would you be in on Wednesday?
I don't know. It was just something I was considering. Monday morning is kind of hard.
Rob is 6 hours ahead of whatever this time is. Is that right? Rob, are you on yet?
I think he would be 9 hours ahead.
Well, okay, of where I am. So you're 2 hours further.
There you go.
Okay, yeah, I meant my time. You see, my time is coming on 11 a.m. So that would be 5 p.m. for him, I think. Hey, Lieutenant Drake's on duty. All right. Rob, can you hear us? His ears are usually on. Oh, he's coming back. So, yeah. Netherlands time zone. (11:06). Yeah, you're right. He's 7 hours ahead of me, 9 of you. So if he's 9 ahead of you, and you're thinking about Wednesday, what? Wednesday afternoon then, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I was trying to get it out of my work. Let's see.
Oh, he loves his 3B44.
Is that like 1B44 or?
No, it's some super duper new high powered tester release that I say, fine. Yeah, let us know. Yeah, you should go find it. I think you get it from Discord. You have to go to Adam on Discord, and he's got a list of viewers, and like 2 out of 8 of them are working, and 8 of them are marked crapshoot.
Yeah, that one should be working with the 2B 8384.
Broken.
Of course.
Okay.
Pixie was using that, whatever the preview viewer was, probably broken preview viewer, last week, and she was able to solve them.
Rob, can you hear? I do not want to say important until you can hear, Rob. Oh, okay, but whoops. The rats. Now I have to be careful what I say. But isn't that what our mother taught us? Never say anything that you would be ashamed of to be heard in public.
Yep. And this live stream link in case anyone else comes in and needs it.
So, Rob, let's do a time delay check. Oh, he's going to relog anyway. Okay, good. He says 73. I think he means 83. Yeah, it turned out 82 had a problem because this avatar I couldn't wear it. Full avatars, some full avatars didn't work. Most of my full avatars didn't work. I told Les about it. $84, go for it. So, so how's your work schedule? Busier, less busy for this going into the end year?
It's always busy.
So you don't see any seasonal sea change?
Not really.
I've gotten extra busy starting the first week of October. Several projects plus presentations. Looking forward to some kind of respite and then kind of launch into the new year.
Yeah. Kind of coming up on Christmas, I usually get a deluge of clients that want to start some design project, and I don't know why that is. But I think they think, oh, it's coming into winter, now's a perfect time to do the design, and which, I mean, it is kind of, but yeah, I don't know. Whatever the case, the clients coming in, it always seems to come in waves. It'll start, get quiet, and then there'll be this huge wave of clients, and then it'll get quiet again, and then a huge wave, which is really frustrating when you're trying to have a regular workflow.
I've mentioned that one of my favorite authors, he has written like almost 100 books, and I just found a biography on him on Goodread, I think, and he mentioned all the different jobs he's had in his life and how they all show up in his books. And I was just nodding my head. But one of his jobs was consulting and research consultant. And clients would come to him saying, this is my issue and problem. He would go out and research the heck out of it and then write it all up and send them a draft report. And then they come back and say, well, I have to show this to the board. Could you emphasize this and de-emphasize that? So then he'd tweak it some more, and then they say, great, and they pay him. But he, as a consultant, now I'm also thinking of the books he's written where the protagonist is a consultant. But it's always up and down and up and down, everything, fast or famine or fast or famine. Everybody wants something right away, or nobody's around, and he's doing cold calls basically to drum up business from prior clients. I think it's good for anyone that's working for themselves like you can relate to it. You want to work with Rob a little on what he's doing? It'd be fine. I've got stuff I can work on.
I don't know. The 3B44 should be working. Otherwise, it's kind of a... yeah. I think Artemis is still asleep.
I feel like teasing her a little bit, which is like she was so anxious to have this event. Not that anxious. I need my sleep. But I get it. Wednesday should work better. Although, if you have it at 9 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. your time, I warn you, that's going to be too late for me. And really, Rob might be up by then, though. He gets up pretty early.
Yeah, if there's an opening in the calendar for like 5 p.m.
Well,
yeah, we're gonna lose the European people then.
I'm not sure why you keep saying if there's an opening in the calendar, because Les and Lixie have been at pains for the last 2 months to say you can have an event anytime you want. And then I forget if you were there this last week, but I asked Les, what is the difference between a sine wave entertainment event, which has to be posted on calendars by Sine Wave Entertainment, and a non-sine wave entertainment event, which anybody can schedule and hold anywhere they want and put on any calendar and announce anywhere they want. And it seemed to boil down to office hour, community hour, obviously, because they run those.
Mm-hmm.
And then events where they are paying for it. So then that would be almost the live music event.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure there are any others. He was at pains to emphasize that 381 is not paid for by Sine Wave Entertainment. And there's obviously a connection, but it's not a paid connection. So you can have an event anytime you want here, from my point of view.
Yeah, it's just, not wanting to not step on other people's toes, basically.
Well, that means there are only 12 people that can come to any event. And yeah, if you take away 2 out of the 12 people, then you're really stepping on people's toes. But that's also assuming that all 12 people go to all the events. So
Right.
again, I'm just, from my point of view, I would say schedule it when it works because you'll attract the people that want to come here. Like Futurist,
Right.
who keeps saying, is that event back on yet? And he's in New York. He's on the East Coast. And he's up all hours of the night. So anyway, that was my 2 cents.
Yep. Yep. Welcome, Juby, and welcome, Alicia. See ya.
Hi.
I guess we'll go ahead and get started. So welcome everyone to this week's Geek Weekly meetup. The goal of Geek Weekly and Science Space is to connect people who share interests in all things geeky, and to build a community around that here in Localhost. Feel free to join the discussion in voice as well as in chat. And let's see if anybody doesn't have voice audio or can't hear us. There's a live stream, and there's a link in chat for that. Let's see. So the agenda for today's meetup includes some introductions, discussion of some interesting news articles, state of the viewer, geek trivia, which is a little different than what it's been in the past, and show and tell, and just some general conversation after that. Let's freeze that. So we'll start off with some introductions. And let's start with, well, I guess I should probably go first. Oh, and I forgot the icebreaker today. Well, I used it last week's. That's okay. So what is your science-based name, geographic location, and what the best piece of advice is that you've ever been given? And I will say my name is Carson Stark, and I'm from Washington State. And I can't recall ever getting like a solid piece of advice from anybody, but there was a quote that I really liked, and that was best to keep your mouth shut and tell a fool than to open it and remove all doubt. So I'm kind of a quiet person in real life, so that's kind of how I get away with it. I just tell people I'm trying not to make a fool of myself. So. Okay, so over to you, Sarah. Whereabouts are you from, and what's the best advice you've ever been given? Fly low, so high. Oh, Saturn says owner and online media service of Development One LLC. I'm on presence. Cool. You're down in Texas, right? Somewhere there around that part of the country. South Coast, yes. Okay, and then we got Alicia Sky Tower over there. Welcome, Alicia. Whereabouts are you from, and what's the best advice you've ever been given? So Alicia says from Long Island in New York, and has no motto to go by, so they usually end up not working. And at the moment I'm sharpening one of my knives. All right. And we've got Juby there. Welcome, Juby.
Hello.
And we've got Juby there. Welcome, Juby.
Hi, I'm Jibby, aka Barb J. Witt on Facebook, which is not really the last name. Hi, I'm Jibby, aka Barb J. Witt on Facebook, which is not really the last name. I got myself into a little bit of trouble yesterday by opening my pie hole, so I guess my best advice now is shut your pie hole. Thank you. A little bit of trouble yesterday by opening my pie hole, so I guess my best advice now is shut your pie hole. Thank you.
All right, cool. And then we've got Rob back there. Welcome, Rob. Whereabouts are you from, and what's your best advice? Hold the friggin' coins. Okay. Oh, gotcha. It's kind of like Salem's Buy Low, Sell High. Wow, it's pretty cool. So, welcome everyone, and let's roll into some interesting news. So this week, you can see every planet in our solar system. And if I can copy that hyperlink, there we go. There's the link to the article. So apparently, if you've got a good telescope, you can catch every planet in our solar system in the sky. At various points during the day. It says Venus and Mercury are bright enough to see in the mornings, while Mars, Jupiter, Neptune, and Saturn will be easier to see at night. And apparently there's a guide linked from that page that'll walk you through how to view all the planets. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm not seeing much here because it's been like perpetual rain for the last week. So that's pretty cool. Kind of makes me want to get a telescope. yeah, a telescope with a motor drive and a digital recorder would be awesome.
It just occurred to me somebody's probably on the internet somewhere streaming telescope views of the planets. I mean, they're 24/7 streaming Abbey Road for the Beatles. Why not planets? Also kittens.
Well, there's yeah, so we're talking about looking at stars. Artemis and I were looking at property this last week, way out in the middle of nowhere, because we're kind of like that. And there's like a kind of a high, tall hill there that I imagine if we get that property, we'd probably set up a campsite up at the top of that kind of mini mountain that's there, and probably have a pretty good view of the sky from there without any city lights or anything like that. So that would be pretty cool. I think I would definitely have to get a telescope then. So something else came across the news desk this week was that researchers identified the personality markers found in well-adjusted individuals. So there's 4 traits found in psychologically healthy individuals. Which I thought was interesting considering the kind of the mental health crisis brought on by the COVID lockdowns and everything else. It was good to kind of read up on that stuff a little bit. So they're saying the top 4 was basically openness to feelings, warmth, positive emotions, and straightforwardness. They also listed this full list of traits from the healthiest to the least healthiest. And yeah, that's 381 radio we've got that in there playing. Yeah, the 381 radio here has been working fine the entire time. But I saw everyone else's was on the foot, so I don't know why that is. But I'm assuming it has to do with the region server code changing. So the Something else to look forward to coming up next month is The Expanse is returning to Amazon Prime. And a little bit of information was put out there today or yesterday about that the season's going to be based on books 5 and 6, but mostly book 5. So I'm pretty excited about that. I don't know if anyone else here is a fan of The Expanse, but it's an excellent TV show if you're looking for something good to watch. So let's look the date. Where's the date out in there? It says it's going to be coming back on December 16th on Amazon Prime.
I had a quick comment. I'm just to rewind to the viewer update, but not about the Sine Wave Entertainment Science Space viewer. It's actually about Chrome, and you guys know this already, but it slips my mind that Chrome updates itself regularly, automatically, apparently, and there are 3 web worlds that I know of: Frame, 3D Web Worlds, and Cyber Lounge, that deliver via Safari and Chrome web browsers. And they get impacted every time Chrome changes its code and updates it automatically. So we thought that we were at the effect of, a company updating its viewer weekly or whatever. But just consider the poor companies that are writing platforms based on Chrome. Just thought I'd share that little tidbit. Over.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a problem when you're reliant on some other company's technology to run yours. But on the flip side of that, it's a massive savings in the initial development. It's kind of a hard thing to balance.
And Apple seems to be, at least if these I'm hijacking your comment, sorry, but this new announcements about they're going to make their own integrated circuit chips and switch all their equipment to use their integrated circuit chips instead of outsiders. It's just like, okay, it's like a 50-50 win-lose at the moment. But they seem to be trying to, everything's in my ecosystem and nobody else's. Interesting. Over.
Yeah. But, I'm actually using the Edge browser that's, Microsoft. They actually switched over to Chromium not too long ago. So it's not much unlike Google's Chrome. It actually run Google Chrome extensions and things like that. So it's interesting. But
well, I used Edge on Saturday. This one meeting I go to every week is on a web world. And every time I run it on Chrome, I can't do anything else on Chrome because my laptop has 2 GPU cards, a built-in Intel and a had on NVIDIA, and Chrome cannot be told to use the NVIDIA. It has switches. NVIDIA has switches. Chrome just ignores them. So the web world runs like molasses. And I thought, okay, I can live with that. But then when I tried to go watch YouTube, as one does when one's in a meeting, when it's slow, I couldn't even run YouTube because that was competing for the Intel GPU. Solution: log into the 3D web world on Edge and watch YouTube on Chrome. So I have actually found a use for Edge. Humor intended, and also serious, over.
So it's been featured, I could probably pull up the article, but in like PC World and things like that, they actually, if you're into gaming and you like the Xbox Game Pass, which is, it's a pretty sweet deal. It's like $10 a month full price for access to 200 games in a curated shop that you can play for free. Well, not for free, but for $10 a month. And they actually got some pretty good games in there. But if you use Microsoft Rewards, which can tie into Edge and some other stuff, you can basically get enough rewards every month to pay for that Xbox Game Pass. So that's what I'm doing. I just log in every day and do the little rewards thing, and I get free access to all these games every month, and they're always updating it and stuff, so it's kind of cool. Although, I don't really have a ton of time to play games, but that's a different problem.
I actually put my Netflix on hold, I think it's 2 to 3 months ago. And, you can put it on hold without canceling your account. And one of the questions on why are you doing this or responses is, I don't have time to watch this. They built it in as one of the responses.
Wow. There's something interesting to watch if you get time. And it's that the SpaceX and NASA launched a Crew 1 mission on historic journey to the ISS. They sent up a few NASA astronauts and an astronaut from the Japanese Space Agency as well. And I think they're supposed to be docking with the ISS. When was that? It's today sometime. 11 p.m. Eastern. So, yeah, 11 p.m. Eastern is when they're scheduled to dock with ISS. So it might be an interesting watch around that time, too. And they successfully reused the Falcon 9 rocket and everything. Pretty impressive. So that's all I've got for news. We flip over to the state of the viewer. We've got the staging viewer at 2B84, as well as the preview viewer at 2B84. And the poor little live viewer still remains at 1B44. And I don't know if I should be adding the probably broken preview viewers to that list for future meetings and that.
Oh, go ahead. You know you want to.
2B84 seems to be working pretty well. I haven't noticed any extreme problems with it.
I have one comment on this, though, and that is for those who are still clinging by their fingernails, me included, on sharing this with outsiders who are looking for viable team working and conferencing tools. I tell them to go to the official Breakroom site, and whatever viewer their demo downloads, I noticed they've been keeping that up to date, including the Mac version. So I just tell them to go download it from there. I skip conversation about staging and pre. And that way, I'm assured we can hear each other, among other things, as well as, looking at Breakroom features. Over.
Yeah, downloading the official installer, as long as they set preview, it should be, workable, but yeah, it should just be all automatic. So until we get the live viewer pushed to, whatever parity with, the modern viewer, I mean, it's been, whatever, a year since they've updated the live viewer.
Well, you all are familiar with my realistic. It's not paranoid if it's really the way it works. There is a production viewer. It's whatever is downloaded from the Breakroom, because that, I feel, is what they're selling to all their white label clients. And that's why I recommend just download it from there. Whatever's there, that's what's being sold and supported for real. And as Karsten likes to say, on the main grid, we are the lab rats or guinea pigs or whatever.
Yeah, no, you're not a number, Rob. It's a mystery to all of us.
Well, it's a psychological experiment. Who says you will pry 1B44 from my cold, dead hands? They're doing a study, really.
But development continues. If you check out the changelog every day, there's lots of new stuff on there. So
did anything catch your eye on that? Yeah. Significant?
Actually, just today, it looks like they've done some work on the mic input states. Maybe that'll help some audio problems. Oh. 2 days ago, persisting VVOX between teleports better. I wonder if that's the problem I was having where I log in and hop over to like Greenly or something and not be able to hear anything until I relogged. It seems like it was getting dropped on transport or something, on teleport. But that would probably be within the probably broken preview viewers, whatever the latest one is. It says it's 10656 is the version number. That would be in. It's 2B84. 2B84 is 10578, so yeah, it's not in 2B84. Yeah, the biggest problem that I have with the 1B44 is that it just runs full speed no matter what. There's no, you can't lock the frame rate in the settings like you can in the 2B viewers. And for me, when I'm trying to do other stuff at the same time, I like to lock my viewer down to 15 frames a second or something, but, unless I'm driving around or whatever. But, locking it at 15 keeps the tower nice and cool and frees up lots of resources for the other stuff I'm working on. So 1B44 is a no-go for me. Although now it's winter time, I could probably use the extra heat in the room. Not quite winter.
Very harsh comment about 1B44. It's good for heating up the room.
Yeah. So, up next we've got a little bit of trivia. And what I'm trying to do differently now with trivia is instead of having a big string of trivia that we all, hash through for 15, 20 minutes, I'm just going to do one trivia, and that's going to be tied to a reward. And that is, today is the inter-region teleport set of 3. It's a set of useful furniture items that allows you to set up teleporters on your own region. 3 are included in the bundle, and you use at least 2 to teleport between them. They're tintable, renamable, great for games, event transport, and elevators. And I would normally, I think last week I put out what we were giving away. But this is a bundle, so I can't really place it in the room without unpacking it. I think that's Galen's transport system. So I will post up some trivia. So whoever guesses trivia question today is the winner. And let's see, so the question for today is from Star Wars. And that is, which droid was Poe Dameron's astromech companion? But Alicia's got it. That's BB-8. Yay! Congrats, Alicia. I will drop this in in-world mail and send it over. Should be on its way. So there's a little bit of show and tell. If anybody's got anything they're working on, it doesn't have to be science-based related. It could be real world or virtual. And also any cool places you've discovered in science-based. I don't know if there's been anything new recently. Squeaky chair. I've been doing some work on the Bandit, so I have an update that's almost ready to push out to everyone. It kind of improves the performance of things, how it, not like the physical performance, but like kind of the coding performance, like shifting gears and stuff is a little smoother. some other new features with that. So I'll be showing later. And Rob says he's working on his new rig and 2 X58 systems that are going to be for sale. And his case mod is on the low burner. Wish it has been too busy with a 9-year-old as it pertains to him in school that I've been too lazy to get back into Blender. Yeah, well, school is important, especially for young ones. So Adam's got 2 conference presentations in December that he's prepping for. Waiting for processors. I'm waiting for the new Ryzen processors to be back in stock. I'd love to snag one of those new 16-core ones, drop it into my rig. That'd be awesome. Yeah, and so after I make these changes that I've kind of got prepped in the Bandit, I'm planning on putting together an airplane, so that's going to be my next project. Wow. So, I'd also like to ask everyone what they would like to see in the Geek Weekly meeting format. I've been thinking of changing things up here a little bit. Considering a builder session, possibly at some point. But I'm not sure on that. So, I don't know if the sound space viewer and everything like that's ready for this kind of stuff, but we should see.
I guess my suggestion, you're looking at a bunch of changes. Maybe test the time change again before you change the format change. And the reason I say that is the time change may be the most drastic thing you're contemplating, and you might want to see where your audience stabilizes. And then the format is fine as it is because you're pretty flexible when we hack it or hijack it, I feel. So like change one thing at a time, or go ahead and change hardware and software at the same time. Be a daredevil. Over.
Yeah, could be useful to ease into things. What do you guys think about the trivia? Having just like a single trivia question or maybe a couple with some rewards pulled from the shop. versus the 10 trivia questions with no reward that we did before. Or a mixture of the two. I don't know. Yeah, that was kind of the thinking behind the whole shop, like getting an item from the shop is like I was wanting to try and kind of find like the really cool items in the shop and kind of feature it as, hey, did you guys know that this existed? You know, it's really cool, and then you could win it. That kind of thing. Because it is really hard to find things in the shop at the moment. Yeah, the faulty stuff in there. That's a pain in the butt. So yeah, I was thinking of doing just like a weekly review of like a single item, basically. They have a doorway that you can't enter, so it's just like a static door. Here's the door for your build. It doesn't open. Sorry. Oh, it's just a hole, but it has a collider on it. Wow. Okay. Yeah, get rid of the event tab in community if it's never gonna work. I agree. Yikes. Well, I don't know if everybody's used the new events button. Oh yeah, so yeah, Alicia's talking about it there. Yeah, we've got the new events tab with the new event calendar system, everything that's actually working. I see there's actually some other events that are starting to be posted in there now besides Geek Weekly. News and JMRS on the boardwalk are in there now. And yeah, the enter button actually works. And you can create your own events in there, easy peasy, with from your own region, hitting that little create button top right. That's in the 2E83 and higher viewers, I believe.
Yeah. We discussed this, I forget if you were there, Carson, at the community meet and or office hour last week, and the issue was discussed was that people that aren't on the new viewer can't see this, or event hosts that aren't on the new viewer, like Snow Tracks and Rose, can't use it. And the old event system is probably, what's the polite word, deprecated? It'll never get fixed because they have to figure out why it doesn't work, or they know why it doesn't work and they're not going to spend any time fixing it. So the topic was, how do you communicate events? And somebody suggested, why don't you use the Facebook fan site, since Mimi is an admin and Les is an admin. So you have a Sine Wave Entertainment official and a resident official. Well, apparently that would require approval by the executive board of Sine Wave Entertainment to post Sine Wave Entertainment boards on the fan book site. and then that went to a why. And well, anything that they pay for, they're in charge of saying where it gets posted. So it's sort of in limbo. The people who are on the new viewer can post using the new event system, and the people that are using it will able to see those events. The people that are not on the new viewer won't see it, so the poster's event will not reach them. So if I were an event host, I would recommend, wearing a belt and suspenders and posting. This is me personally saying this, posting on the Fanbook website. Fanbook website, you know what I mean. And then use the event system, the new one, because the old system is dead.
Mm-hmm.
Long live the new system. Over.
I think last week it sounded like they were pretty close to actually pulling the trigger on replacing the live viewer, but they said there's still a couple of things we want to fix, so I don't know. Hopefully, well, yeah, I don't know. We've been saying that since the beginning of the year, I think. It's really close. If you haven't in the past, you have no future. But if you can control the past, you can control the future. Yep. Once, once we get the updated viewer pushed to live, then we'll actually start trying to bring people in again and seeing how things work. Pretty much all the 2B viewers are more stable than 1B is, so that's what I never understood about it, is the 1B44 was never like the perfect, stable, viewer that they seem to, make it out to be. If they're so worried about, making things perfect before they push it to live, well, what's there is already broken, so why not just keep pushing it there until it's fixed? I don't know. Yeah, I haven't had a crash in the 2B viewers in months. There's been the other little bugs, though. And that weird region bug that some people were dealing with, that was kind of a deal breaker, but yeah. we're all just beta testers here anyways, right? So all I can say about crashing views is I'm just glad that you can't grief people in Sciencespace like you can in some other virtual worlds that will remain anonymous. There's actually a security in Sciencespace. Well, I'm excited to keep working on little projects in here and seeing how things grow. Hopefully they'll get it figured out eventually, but
Quick update. I've got a meeting coming up. So I have people asking, has this event started yet? And I don't want to tell them it has started yet if you're going to change it right away. So could you let me know when, if it's not going to be next Monday, then I don't want to tell anybody that it's next Monday. So I guess what I'm saying is, how soon are you going to make up your mind on that? And then whatever it is, how are you going to communicate it? Because I didn't see anything. I guess the Facebook site, I'll just watch that and see if you've announced any changes or something. So I'm kind of in limbo here. I know people that want to come, but I am very hesitant to tell them it's on again because it isn't, you know.
Well, if I change the time slot, I will basically give it more than a week. So as far as like next week, yeah, it'll be this current time. Then if there's going to be a change, then next week's thing, so that people have a week or more to prepare.
Or maybe in your announcement for next week, say special event, we're going to discuss the timing of Localhost. Be sure to show up so you can, provide your input. Make it,
Right.
I don't know, something like that. Anyway, I appreciate your patience.
Yep. Well, it's 4 after the hour now. So I pretty much ran through everything I had, but people are welcome to hang out and chat if they like. Yeah, that should be it for Geek Weekly this week. And next week, same place. What do they say? Same bat cave, same bat time. Thanks for coming, everyone.